Hi everyone, Misty here. Welcome to another card video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be using a stamp set from Simon Says Stamp called Stacking Animals. And the stencil is from Winnie and Walter, and it's called Scenery, Pattern of the Rings. I'm going to break down this card in two videos. This video is going to show you how I made the background, and the next video is going to show you how I colored the images with my Copic markers. So to start off, I'm going to put removable double-sided adhesive on the back of my card front, just so it doesn't move around. The Distress ink is going to cover the entire front of the entire card front, so there's really nowhere for me to put tape. I'm also going to put tape on the stencil just so that doesn't move around as well. The tape I use is painter's tape, which a lot of people tried to use, but I hear a lot of people say that it tears their paper, or it's hard to get off your watercolor paper or your cardstock. This tape is frog tape, but it's delicate surface frog tape, so it works really well for me. All right, I'm going to start off with some Dusty Concord, and as you can see, I'm going to use several colors on this A2 size card front. So I need to do just a thin layer of each color so that I can fit them all. Then I'm going to move on to Salty Ocean, and again I'm just going to do a thin layer. Oh, let me add my little disclosure here. So this is my second video editing with Adobe Premiere Pro. So I apologize if my video is not quite up to par, but I'm still learning the ins and outs of the program, and hopefully my videos will only improve from here. So thank you for your patience. All right, so here I'm just kind of measuring out how much room I have. I just want to make sure I can fit all the colors in that I want to use. My next color will be Peacock Feathers. Okay, so some of my distress inks I have I use the 1-inch ink blending tool, so it has a little 1-inch sponge on it. And then some of my colors, I don't know why I did this, but some of the colors I use it's called Sukaniko, I think is how you say it. It's a jumbo dauber, and I buy a package of them from Amazon, but I'll put all the links in my description below. So they're about the same size. I was just trying to figure out which one I like better, and I really like the jumbo dauber. I just feel like I have a little bit more control over it, especially when I first started. I mean, I'm getting the hang of this ink blending tool now, but when I first started using distress inks, it just seemed like the jumbo dauber I felt like I had more control over. So, all right, that color I just put on is Crushed Olive, and now I'm going to move on to Mustard Seed. Anyway, so back to the ink blending tools. If you're just starting out with distress inks, the ink blending tool is easy to get. It's pretty cheap. The jumbo daubers are a little bit more expensive, but for me, I thought it was worth it because it just gave me a little bit more confidence until I could get the hang of the ink blending tool. All right, enough about that. Next color is Spiced Marmalade. I was starting to get a little bit nervous up at the top here because, to me it was looking like I only had enough room for one more color. But that's the beauty of the distress inks, is I went down into the previous color a little bit. And not only did it give me a little bit more room for my last color, but it just, it looks more, I mean, the point is, to blend the colors together, so it made it look more blended together. I don't know, I think it turned out really good. I was really happy with it. And apparently Simon Says Stamp was too, because I got featured on their blog for this card. There's a section called Spotted, and they you know, just featured my card and they said who made it, and then I got a little gift for it. But I was pretty excited about it. I know it's probably small potatoes to most, but it made my entire week. I don't know. I've never been featured for anything before, so it made me feel accomplished. All right, now here's the fun part. After you have all your colors on, obviously it's a pretty little rainbow here I did, but after you put down your layers of color, I went back through each color and just kind of tried to blend the two colors together. And that's, to me, that's what made it kind of come alive. I mean, just, you know, making them all look like they're supposed to go together. This was my favorite part, is going back over each color and just trying to blend it into the colors around it. The colors are just so bright and vivid. I think that's what I loved most about it. And I mean, it gets even better when I take off this stencil. I need to make this card again, you know? Watching this makes me want to do it again. And here's the magic. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's just so bright. All right, so a couple different things here. I thought I would go with a vertical banner. It says I've got your back. It came with the stamp set, but it just didn't pop enough. So then I tried this other, it just says smile, and I really liked that it was white on black instead of black on white like, you know, you usually use. So I heat embossed it and I cut it out, and I liked it better than the vertical banner, but it was just still too small. It wasn't quite what I was looking for. So I went back to the drawing board and I pulled out this Lawn Fawn stamp set, and as soon as I saw that smile little blurb, I knew that was the one that I wanted to go with. So I did the same thing. I just heat embossed it in black. And then for this one, I had the matching die. So I used that to cut it out. And then, okay, I guess I took a step back. So instead of, I don't know what happened. Anyway, we're taking a step back. I decided to go with a black border for the card, just because I had the black sentiment there, so I thought that would go well together. And I just did a really thin black border because I didn't want to take away from from the, you know, background here. All right, so now I'm just gonna try to figure out how I want to stack these guys. These guys are just so darn cute. Every time I do these videos, it's like, I want to make that card again. Oh, I want to use that stamp set again. So I forget how much I love the little images. You know, I'm kind of at a weird point. Like I started selling my cards because I just kept making them, and I'd have too many cards laying around and not enough people to send them to. Excuse me. So I started selling my cards, but then it's like, for the last couple months, I mean, I'm taking a breather now because I was making cards for everyone else, and I wasn't making cards that I wanted to make. I was making cards that everybody else wanted me to make. And I don't know, card making was losing its magic to me. So I'm taking a break. 4th of July is today, actually. So I have a couple months before there's any other holidays. So I'm just going to get back to making cards that I want to make. So I don't know. I don't even know if I want to continue selling them. We'll see. All right, so I'm using glossy accents to glue these guys down. It's my new, I mean, it's not new, I've said it in a couple videos, but I like to use glossy accents to glue things down. It gives me a couple seconds to move it around, and it sticks really well. So like I said, the next video I'll put at the end of this video will show you how I colored these guys and which markers I used and stuff. I used Copics, but which Copics? A little turtle. I just love these guys. I think I don't know, the bird's my favorite, I think. And then for the mouse at the very top, I just put a glue little foam, drawn a blank, what's the word? Just a, you know, a, I can't think of the word, a circle foam dot, 3D foam dot. Yeah, that sounds right, 3D foam dot. Anyway, I put that on the mouse at the top just to make him stand up a little bit. Look how cute that bird is. I just love that little guy. And his big ol' eyes. So here's my mouse with the 3D foam dot. Hey, yeah, on the back. And I also put some foam adhesive on the back of the smile sentiment too, to make it pop up a little bit. And I don't think it quite made it into the video, but I always use the Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock for my card bases. Look at that. I just love how this card turned out. It's so bright and cheery. Alright, that finishes up my card for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, click on the subscribe button. Below you will find 2 additional videos. The one on the bottom left is the second part to this video you just watched of just me coloring the animals, and the video on the right is a somewhat masculine card I did using My Favorite Things amazing stamp and die. Alright, thanks so much. Bye!